looking for something exciting to read while you enjoy some sugary cereal?
Yeah!
Then grab a copy of Mighty Mascots from Alterna Comics. Born from the ashes of a disastrous 3D printing accident, 8 living advertisements have banded together to right the wrongs of this world, led by a former child star. These unlikely heroes are freaks to some, but you will know them as the Mighty Mascots. The miniseries is 3 issues, full color, and printed on glorious newsprint. This is the fun superhero series that you didn't know you needed. Created and written by Keith Gleason, featuring artwork by Ian Morianto, and colors by Anton Bondi.
Ahoy, I can't wait for more!
Mighty Mascots is part of your complete breakfast and comic book reading experience. Only from Alterna Comics.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Indie Comics Relay. I'm your host, Keith Gleason, creator of Mighty Mascots. With me, as always, is Johnny C., creator of Sartana and Surrounded by Death. What's up, dude? How's it going?
What's going on, man?
Not much.
You like the size of my monitor now? It got bigger.
Did it? Did you get a new monitor over the weekend?
I don't quite know why I hijacked it from work, so it's
Oh, okay.
Fell off the back of a desk at work.
Those green screen curtains, so you can just put like a big
I was gonna say I don't have all the fancy layout like you have. I just got my dresser full of clothes, some collectibles up there, and then my extra monitor screen here. It's kind of sad. But I do have collectibles everywhere else, so I just kind of have to
eventually you'll
at some point.
Well,
yeah.
I just get tired of, if you notice behind me, it's like that ugly, if I could see like a section of it, it's like that ugly, paneling, like that 70s.
Oh,
like
the wood paneling? Yeah.
It's like the Griswold.
Looks like the side of the Griswold van. Yeah, exactly.
I had to cover up the wall here a little bit, so, I'm constantly adding to the wall, which is awesome, I just got to keep doing it. The more stuff I get, it goes back there,
Yeah, I just got to reconfigure my setup here.
Eventually you'll get there. Yeah. Like the monitor is a step in the right direction.
I know, right?
But it's good to be we're normally off on this week, but it's like a bonus episode because we have 2 of our favorite guests tonight, which I've said in the chat already. These guys are awesome. We'll bring them in shortly here. But yeah, so Johnny, is your week just been insane?
So I've had everything that could put pressure on me this week did, like family stuff, work stuff, comic stuff. It's just like the pressure was on, and I somehow pulled it together. It's funny. Even before I travel and go places, I get a certain level of anxiety. I always have,
I know about that anxiety. It's like, it's the night before. Do you get it like the night before the convention?
Well, it depends on what the situation is. California, it's usually a week before.
Gotcha.
And it gradually builds until the night before, until I'm not full-blown panic, like pre-launching a Kickstarter, but pretty intense. So it's and then I look back, I'm like, how did I get through? Or if I have a really busy schedule with a million things, I'm I'm never going to survive this. And then I look back and I'm like, I did it. You know what I mean? And it's just that's also a good feeling in and of itself,
Yeah, that you conquered it, I think with me, a lot of the anxiety is I don't have anxiety about I have anxiety about stupid stuff. It's mostly about
logistics.
Am I gonna have a parking spot at the convention, or is it what's the load-in gonna be? What's what's that nightmare?
Yeah. Too bad we can't just be at where we need to be, all set up. You know what I mean?
Once I'm in the show and everything's set up, I'm I'm good. But I just have anxiety about getting there and having that time to set up and things like that is really gets me.
I'm not looking to make it into comics for the sake of being famous or rich.
Yeah.
I'm looking to make it into comics, so whenever I have to go to a show, I don't have to bring anything. I just have to bring myself.
Yeah, that's Sharpie.
Nice. You know what I mean?
that's always nice. Yeah,
that's what I'm striving for. That's my
where
comic
you just
goals.
show up and the table's ready for you.
I don't even need a banner. They made one for me.
Right. And then you just walk away at the end and you have nothing. Yeah.
You sign the banner and then you leave.
Yeah, dude, that's the dream, right?
That's the dream. So whoever says in indie comics that says, "Oh, I just want to be rich or I want to be famous or I want to work at Marvel," bullshit. You want to be able to go to a show and not have to set up everything and just get there in somebody else's time.
You just roll in
somebody else's time
for 2 hours and then you just go have dinner or something. Yeah, that's awesome.
And you could tell the people who've actually had the hustle, they know the difference. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. Before we bring in tonight's guest, so always gotta do some promoting here a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just gonna show off the Mighty Mascots pre-launch page is now up for issues 7, 8, and 9. The signups are going well. I think I'm closing in on almost 100, which is crazy. So that's good.
That's awesome, man.
That's way more than my first one. What's up?
I can't wait for this thing to launch.
Oh, me either, dude.
You're gonna kill
talking about juggling a million things, like between doing this.
Hey, you just on convention, a major Indiegogo campaign, a web show bi-weekly. Like,
oh yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. and I know our friends that will be coming on shortly know the same thing.
They know the same.
They're juggling a million things too.
Exactly.
But like the one thing I do well is like I do things in little pieces. So like every couple of days I make sure I get something done for the Indiegogo, and then I'll get something done for the convention. Everything's broken down into like little chunks so that I don't have a lot to do. Like I'm not like the last minute crammer type,
Right.
So that's how I'm able to do all this stuff, so but yeah, sign up for this. So we're gonna do like an exclusive die cut sticker for anyone that signs up and then buys something. I'm still I'm still deciding what the sticker should be. I was talking to Pete Sametti and he was saying like at first I was just gonna do one of the mascots, but then he started saying, why don't you do one of the new characters and just make it really limited? Like he said, even do the dead duck. That might be a funny die cut sticker. Do you have a thought on it?
If you're gonna ask me, what I would say is that if you're gonna do a sticker that's like die cut, I mean, I guess it really depends. Okay. If this is something that is big and is meant to like maybe go places where people can see it, you'd want to consider maybe having the logo with some characters around it, so that way the name is there, right?
Yeah.
But if it's going to be something more of just like a collector's item for special,
I was thinking of like almost like print on demand kind of thing, and then like I wouldn't even have any to sell at conventions like I've done in the past. Just make it super collectible for people that back the campaign.
So personally, I would just say put an identifier on it. Make sure people know when they look at it, it's from Mighty Mascots.
Yeah, like maybe I can put a website or something on it, or something.
Or QR code, maybe. I don't know, something.
All right. Yeah, let me think about.
That's just my 2 cents. Because
I like that. I think you always kind of get people to look at it and then kind of come back, or a new person sees it and kind of come back.
Well, because you figure somebody's going to stick it somewhere, they're going to notice it and go, "Oh, that's cool. What is that from?"
Oh yeah. And then, definitely.
Right, exactly.
Definitely. Got a few people in the chat before we bring in tonight's guest.
Let's fire up the chat.
My wife, of course, always with us. She says Keith loves Naughty Pine, so that must be a reference to my paneling over there.
Oh, yeah.
What did Jack Holder with us? Please sound off on Gotham Knights and let us know your opinion. Gotham Knights. It's a
new CW show. It's a new Batman CW show where it's pretty much they took the cast of Riverdale and they put it into Batman, and it stinks.
He wants us to know. He wants to know our opinions about it.
Yeah. It stinks, and it wasn't made for me. Those are my opinions.
I'll just say this. Next.
Very simple. I like it.
Right. Next. Hey dudes, what's up? Annabelle.
What's up?
What's up,
Annabelle?
Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. And then hi Annabelle, my wife saying hi. Yeah, we got a little bit of a chat going on tonight. So all right, so I guess without further ado, let's bring our good friends. We'll have to give them a good intro here. They're both the hosts of Catch Da Craze, which I believe is a podcast, a YouTube show.
It's everything.
It's everything. It's an all kinds of brand. Those guys can explain it.
Product.
Both of these guys are comic creators, indie creators. Like all around fun guys. Like I love having them on our show. So without further ado, let's bring in Jorge Medina. How's it going?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Thank you for having me back on the show.
Oh, hell
Thanks for being back.
Appreciate it.
Sam Vera, what's going on?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Much the two hardest working men in comics.
Yeah, for real.
Right with us.
For the last 30 days I have been, man. This thing is nuts. Kickstarters.
So this is the last day of your campaign?
Tomorrow.
Okay. That's awesome. Glad it's kind of cool. Like we timed this perfectly because Sam just launched today and you're about to end. So this is perfect to have you guys.
The last time they were on, he was just about ready to launch. So we're almost like the beginning of the campaign, the end of the campaign. Yeah. First and foremost, funded it in an hour. Like, damn, bro, that is awesome. That is fire. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, was there any secret you could distill to everybody in the audience on how that might have happened?
Yeah, make sure it doesn't launch. Make sure you have technical difficulties while you're live on the show. As you're hitting that launch button, it doesn't go, and then you need help from everybody, including Sam, the chat, and everybody. And listen, Daphne Lage, I got to thank her very much. For those who don't know, she's an artist. She's got a book called Eagle Raven. She came in and kind of matrixed it and hooked it up. But I was telling you guys backstage, I think people felt so bad about the fact that I was having this situation live on the air, but they just started pledging. They were like, pledge.
Walk us through it. So you guys went live, and then you essentially hit the live option to go live with the campaign.
Yeah.
And you were gonna build up interest and get everything started. Mm-hmm. And you were live on the live stream, but the campaign was just dead.
So what I did was we went live at 8:00 on the show. At 8 p.m. we decided to just do just an opening. We started doing our thing. And at 8:30, I was like, all right, guys, get ready. At 8:30, everybody, we're about to launch this thing. And everybody's like in the chat room. We're already having a good time, just chatting, talking about all the different things that I was going to do for the campaign.
Yeah.
Finally get to 8:30, and we put it up on the screen, and I'm hitting the launch button, and you get the big error message: can't launch. And I'm like, holy cow! And this is live. Now I'm live. I'm like, freak. And it says like, wait, hold on, give me the password. Let me see if I can do something in here. Because I had like a 48-hour bundle, and what Sam was telling me is sometimes you got to wait 15 minutes before you actually, hit that. Whatever. There was something going on
when you launch. If you're gonna have a 48-hour bundle, for some reason, Kickstarter doesn't allow you to launch the 48-hour bundle at the same time you launched. So you have to do like a 10-minute grace period. So if you launch a campaign at 8:00, the bundle starts at 8:10. It's a bit.
Wonder why they do
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. But something was wrong. Not just that. I thought I cleaned that up, but there was something wrong with the rewards. Physical versus digital.
I hate that it does. Indiegogo is the same way. They don't have an option when you're ready to go live to there should be some kind of self-check there, right?
Right.
So you hit all right, this campaign's ready. And then it, their system goes through and says, hey, there's an error with this, this, and this.
Yeah.
He didn't show any errers. There was no
errors.
flags.
That's errors. What they need, though.
Yeah.
They need something like that so that or even a scheduling option. So say you're done the campaign, right? You have that where you can check everything, but you say, I want to launch this next Tuesday at 8 p.m. and you put it in and go, just like YouTube has,
Right. And where it just goes,
Right. Wouldn't that be better? But maybe there's something to do with maybe you'd have 50 campaigns launching at 8:00 on a Tuesday night. Maybe that's the reason, but
they give you a little more control over it. But it's
not very clear. it's not very clear, especially like so the snafu I had when I launched my campaign, like I thought what would be a preview button was actually launching the campaign. So
Yeah, right.
like,
Johnny launched it and was only half finished, wasn't it?
It was like a quarter done, like temporary art, nothing filled in. I'm like, oh, this will give me a preview of the layout. I'm like, boink. And like, your campaign's now live. And I'm like, dude, wait, what? No. Yeah, it was bad. And then I emailed, I was like, can I?
That sucks because now it's always
put so much
there
time
too.
into it.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. So now I had to rebuild from scratch again. It's like, can I like edit this campaign? Can I do anything? You're like, nope, you have to. It's like it's there. You can copy and paste from it. It won't go away. So like still there lingering. It's just like this awful reminder that I have this snafu.
For shits and giggles, let's look up Johnny's like non-finished campaign.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, like I said, we've all been there.
Yeah,
that's the worst thing. This is like your shame.
That's
like,
pretty bad.
Like,
this one actually it finally went live, and then everybody was just able to pledge, and it went well, man. It was a good time. It was a nice night.
Yeah, here it is. I found like Johnny's shame is forever on
stamped in my Kickstarter profile, and I'm a super backer, right?
Wow.
Canceled. Look at that.
But look, there's like nothing.
Look at that. And then you look at my
Actually, it's more complete than I thought.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Well, that's why I had a lot done, and I was like, "Oh, I just want to see what the preview is going to look like." And then I was like, "Oh crap, it's live." Now, if you looked at like my live page, the one that went live, it's so much more refined. There's more photos. One thing I did on my campaign page, I was really proud of, is that almost everybody, save for 2 people that worked on Surrounded by Death, I had a photo with them. I posted this is me and the writer. I mean, this is me and the illustrator. This is me and the co-creator. This is me and the the cover artist. And I was able to do that. And this is me and the printer. So I literally was able to show that everybody I worked with is people I met personally. And I was kind of proud of that,
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I hate how Kickstarter does that. Like they keep a record of everything, whether it's a failure or
we should be able to hide it, right? Just
right.
No,
remove it, clear it out, remove it, delete it. I wonder why they do that. Like it's just like it's almost like a
embarrass you,
hall of shame,
to embarrass you and shame you, so you remember not to do it the next time.
Yeah.
No, probably so that you have a better campaign.
Wow, that preview button, bro. That is so funny, dude. Awesome. I never heard anything like that.
But like I said, it wasn't very clear, right? So the same way we're like
just adding salt to the wound.
Yeah, exactly, Sam.
Oh, that's crazy.
So how and Sam, you launched today as well too, right?
Yeah, just launched issue 2 of There's an Alien in My Toilet. Yes.
Awesome, man. This is great. And like you had a very successful first issue. So, and I noticed, like I pulled it up. I'll bring it up shortly here so we can all look at it. But it looks like you're already 1/3 of the way there. In one day, which is great. Probably can get this funded in a week, hopefully. Or even less, like maybe another day or so.
Yeah, I mean, if we get it funded in the first 24 hours, I'll be raffling 3 sketch covers, commission sketch covers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All by you? All by me,
yeah. So nice. That's an incentive.
And so you'll raffle with all of the backers?
All the backers names. Funded. So I'll do a live raffle on Catch Da Craze. And I'll put their names in the spinner. And,
cool.
And then we'll pick
you'll pull it live and then just and then like send it to them after the campaign's over, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, that's great. So we'll definitely check that out in a minute here. What were you going to say, Johnny?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Sam, this is not necessarily back-to-back, but almost back-to-back campaigns from issue 1 to issue 2. Did you find any challenges, or were you trepidatious in launching a campaign so soon after the previous one?
The challenge, I guess, is, will everybody want to come back so soon? You know what I'm saying? So I think I think what I come from a school where you try, you do the monthlies, but I'm trying to get it out
quicker,
every 3 months, like every 3 months a campaign, because like this one, everything will be shipped in August, right? So it ends in at the end of June. In July, I'll be processing everything and and shipping everything out. And the good thing is that 90% of everything's printed. Other than except for the issue. So the activity book, the trading cards, all that stuff's already, I already have it.
Cool.
So I will be getting it to everybody's hands quick. Because I want to do issue 3 at the end of September, beginning of October.
Nice.
So I want
momentum.
Yeah, keep the momentum, keep everybody engaged with the series.
That's cool.
And so that's the challenge. Is I know like some people might want to wait longer, but I want to keep that story going.
Yeah. So do you like literally finish fulfilling the first campaign, and then are you immediately building the Kickstarter like that week, the second one?
Yeah, I'm building the Kickstarter, the back end stuff, like a week after the campaign's ended. I'm already started working on the second stuff and like what I wanted to look like and the tiers and all that stuff. So it usually takes about 3 weeks to populate it all. So then when I get the stuff and I start packing everything, the day that I send an email to everybody that it's shipped, that's when the landing page is live.
Gotcha. So you're already ready to go. Like
yes.
You're trying to
nice.
You want them to read it and then immediately come back and just sign up for the next one.
Yeah, come back for the next one. And this one is even more. I mean, I have an activity book for the series. I have a children's book of Duty growing up in his home world. There's a second volume trading cards. There's a whole lot in this one. On top of the follow-up issue of the comic book. So I'm trying to get to a lot more families. So we'll see.
Yeah, that was like one thing I wanted to kind of talk about. Well, Johnny, go ahead. What were you
I was just going to say that's a great opportunity that when you do your fulfillment, you can have like a QR code that says, hey, look out for issue 2. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
You can just keep that flowing. That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like have the pre-launch ready to go and then have a mailer with
in the mailer, right?
Comic, ready to go or something like that. What I was going to say is like not often do we have creators on the show all together like this that do kids comics. So that's kind of good because I think Johnny's the only one that doesn't. Well,
I can't write a kids comic,
but you have something though. You have a comic that you.
I struggled to write that comic, by the way. Like I started writing it, and I'm like, okay, it's supposed to be like a spy, and he's like kid friendly, and then like by page 8, he's in like a sex harem.
No.
Pakistan. And I'm like, wait a minute, I went off the rails here somehow.
Are you talking about the Bisbik
Hines, yeah.
Well, no, what I was talking about was the Clark and 5. That seems like a kind of a
but it's not done yet. That's just a concept. I'm still working on that one.
But you have one kind of brewing, and these guys both have, a kids comic, and I have a kids comic. Yeah. But was that a conscious choice for you guys both, or was it?
Yeah, I've always and I think I've told you guys this before. Like I was always attracted to like just the cartoony stuff. And I think a lot of it had to do with the way I drew because I could never draw like realistic characters. I always had a hard time drawing like the really cool looking like Spider-Man and stuff like that.
So human anatomy, but also like adding the perspective on top of that was always tough for me as well.
Yeah, so I gravitated towards the more cartoony stuff with less realistic and stuff like that, and that's where kind of like my love for that kind of stuff came. Watching cartoons even that were like that as well. I was like, this is kind of cool, and then I started writing and drawing comics that way. So it was that. Yeah.
Okay. And
I feel like Wonder Duck has like a tone from that early era of like cartoons, like where we probably watched growing up, like Darkwing Duck,
like that
Rescue Rangers, that kind of thing.
Late 80s, early 90s, the Disney afternoon definitely had a big influence on it. And you'll see like in the book that I have out now, the 5th chapter of the book, you'll see in the back of the book some of my old sketches of Wonder Duck when I first created him back in like 1990.
Oh, that's cool.
He resembled Gizmo Duck a lot because that's the character that I like the most. So you'll see some of those sketches in the back of the book. I added like a few of them, like just the evolution of the character.
I love that you still have that stuff.
I remember
I still have a lot
of
my
early
stuff too. Same thing. Like I used to draw like my comic Swamp Tales, which is basically a comic strip, but it was like I used to draw the frog character exactly like Garfield. Like it had the big round eyes, you know. You looked at it and you're like Jim Davis, big time, you know.
Yeah.
So like so I get that, like trying to emulate, you know, something. Same thing with you, Sam. Is that you know,
yeah, I've never grown up. I'm a kid at heart, and so I mean I'm watching Loud House. I'm watching the Dark Crystal series right now. You know, I just love cartoons, and
same.
You know, so
I still watch them.
For me, that's what got me into comics. Was, you know, comic books, and so I want to be able to do the same thing for the next generation, and try to attract a whole group of readers and make it fun. You know, it's like I loved Alf, I love Marvin the Martian, Looney Tunes, you know, and so I mean anything with a good story and great art, I love it.
Yeah, same thing with me with kids comics. Like I'm trying, and like the thing is like when you say kids comics, it kind of like people are like, oh, it might be too, you know, not for me.
Yeah.
But like I'm thinking like when I was creating Mighty Mascots, I was thinking of the Spider-Man stuff I was reading in like the 80s. Like before they started putting labels on everything. Like Spider-Man was for everybody, like kids, adults. And like I loved it as a kid because when I read the Spider-Man comics, I was like, wow, people can die in this, like you know. And like it was like when you were a kid and you saw Robotech for the first time. I'm sure you guys watched Robotech, right?
Yeah.
But remember that like major character dies, like and you know, there's like a war and all these people are dying, and I'm like, at the time I was like, I can't believe this is on kids cartoons, like. But at the same time, like it wasn't like blood and guts. It was like it was just like a more mature subject matter,
like,
but filled with like an all encompassing all ages kind of thing. Do you know what I'm getting at there?
I can point at Star Trek the animated series that was on Nickelodeon and reruns and stuff. Like that was very much a very mature story. It aped the old TV series, but it was animated. So it was like, it was fit for kids, but it was a little bit also more highbrow. Voltron, that's another one, fit for kids, but like there were these political like moments, and there was like, you know, there was like a caste system in place, and you were learning a little bit more about politics than you actually let on through shows like that. You know what I mean?
Remember Exo Squad?
Yeah,
Exo Squad. Yeah, I remember that.
Exo Squad specifically too, like watching Exo Squad's like watching the Gulf War.
Yeah. You know what? It's like as a kid, you ignore all of that. Like you don't even realize that that's what you're watching. You just kind of, it just looks cool, and everybody's, you know, doing cool stuff, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna keep watching this cartoon. But you don't realize, you're right, there's a caste system, there's all that other stuff.
But you were
but they're piloting next. You know what I mean?
Right. You were drawn in by the cool characters, the awesome, like big, you know, the mechs, like Johnny was saying. Even like stuff like real Ghostbusters, like those early ones some of them are kind of scary. Like
Krasinski was writing that stuff.
Right.
That guy's phenomenal.
That's right.
But if you notice that all that kind of stuff is well remembered, because, you know, when we were kids, we loved that stuff. And, you know, and I think that's what I was trying to emulate when I wanted to do a comic, is like, I wanted something that you guys could read, but also like I could hand it to a kid and they would love it too. But they would love it too because it's a little more adult than the stuff that they're watching on TV right now.
When you're a kid, it feels dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
that's what I was getting at. Like, it feels like something that your parents don't want you to read, but they don't know about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I remember going to the comic shop and getting like Howard Stern versus like Rush Limbaugh indie comics. Like,
I remember that.
And I was like, oh, this just feels like stuff I shouldn't be reading, but you know, I'm able to get through the comic shop.
Yeah.
I'm a different breed though. Like my parents never like monitored what I watched a lot. So I was watching like horror movies, like way too young, and like, you know,
I think
everything
there was a trust factor, because my mom didn't, like, you know, quality control what I was watching. She just, you know, she instilled values, and, you know, you knew the difference between right and wrong. You knew that what you saw on the cartoon was fictional.
Yes.
You know, but I think the most thing that we did that's realistic is when we watched Kung Fu flicks and we went outside and we played karate.
Yeah, right. Or like when Rambo came out, I remember my parents they let us get like the gigantic Rambo knife, and like, you know, we're out in the backyard with the compass and like unscrewing it and taking out the matches, and like, you know, it's like, where are we going? We're just in our
matches
yard,
for kids. I love it.
But to us, we were in Vietnam, you know.
Well, you also have to remember, like, you know, there'd be all these rated R franchises in the 80s and 90s that would also get toy lines. So it's like,
Rambo was
Predator,
one of them,
which
like,
is hardcore.
Yeah,
but don't forget to get those
cartoon.
Predator action figures.
I remember my mom taking me. I was probably like 12, 13 years old. I don't know how it was. Took me and my friend to see Predator, and we saw Full Metal Jacket double feature.
Oh my
Damn. How old were you, Sam?
I was like 13 years old. I was like, yo,
Full Metal Jacket of all movies.
Yeah, I mean, like Predator. Yeah,
at
both
13,
of those are
I would think that was probably
rough
boring.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, those both are
That's
pretty
true.
hard.
That's true. At
R-rated.
13, if you think about it, like Full Metal Jacket was like
Fucking
what?
nuts.
The first half of
it's
that
just
movie
such an
was just
intense
abuse.
movie, though, too.
Yeah,
Because it's like, and it switches halfway through.
The ending with the sniper, the girl, you know,
Yeah, that was
the most intense part
too.
of the whole movie. It was just
Yeah.
like what, and you know, but I think the cool parts when they were marching and they're singing Mickey Mouse, you know,
The things that you remember, right? The Mickey Mouse.
and
part.
last
Yeah, right.
that was because we walked out the theater singing it.
Oh man,
So-
you know, and like now, if your parents did that today, it'd be like
forget it.
abuse.
It'd be all over the news.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Exactly. Just shows you just the different, I guess, world we're in now. You know, it was so much more simpler back then. You know, I miss it terribly. You know.
Yeah, you didn't take anything too seriously back then. It was just you knew what it was. It was entertainment, and you moved on.
Yeah, exactly. And I think nowadays it's like there's too much entertainment everywhere, and it's like, you know, I don't know. It's like a whole thing now.
So weird, man.
That's a little bit of the problem too, right? It's like, and a good example of it is over the weekend, Stranger Things new season came out, right? When you dump a show all at once, not everybody's on the same page. I'm on episode 2, he's on episode 4. Like,
I haven't even started it yet.
I think I got halfway through the first one. That was
I didn't even know that Obi-Wan started when I was out in
all of a
Vegas.
sudden it's on there.
I got back. I was bedridden this week, and I watched both episodes.
With them though, at least with Disney Plus, they give it to you every week.
Yes.
Like they give it to you weekly. Like this one, I was surprised that there were 2 episodes of Obi-Wan, and I was like, oh snap.
Because I thought I missed 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No. That's how they came out.
Oh wow.
They came out. They came out with 2 episodes.
Yeah, they don't often do that.
They don't do that too often. They did
Whenever
it with,
I see a show release 2 episodes like that, like back in my head, I'm like, the first episode isn't good enough.
That's what I said too. But the first episode was not bad. Did you see it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I loved it.
Leia made me itch. I was like, if this girl keeps running away.
Right.
That little girl, man, that actress, bro.
She's good. She's really good.
I liked it though.
The one thing I didn't like about Leia only was like, here's this 8-year-old kid spilling this fucking sagely wisdom. It's like, how am I supposed to take you seriously, kid? You're 8. I'm Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You're 8. I was like, how can I take you?
It was like, you running after her, man. Use the force. I was like, Tripper. I was like, yo, come on.
Well, it seems like the kids in the Star Wars universe are always a little too smart for their age, you know. I think that's part of the charm, I guess. I don't know. But the reason I didn't start Stranger Things though is I hate this breaking up of the seasons that Netflix is doing.
They're doing volume 1
when they have a hit
2.
show. Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I'll start that when I know the final half is out a week out.
Wait, explain that. Explain that to me.
So they released the first like 7 episodes, and they're not going to release the last 3 until like a month or 2 from now. So it's like I'm just gonna wait till the month or two and watch it all together. Like, you know,
I don't understand that.
These kids just keep getting older too. They look like they're 32 now. I'm like, how old are these kids? They started when they were 8.
Things are getting stranger.
Yeah, Dustin's like smoking.
Yeah,
he's like, "Come on, Steve, let's go."
These kids are getting older.
All of that aside, I heard it's actually really good from the people that have binged it all already.
I didn't see the season before this.
Oh, really? So you have some catching up to do.
Yeah.
That proves the example that we said that it's like nobody's on the same page, right?
Yeah,
it's and that it's harder. That's a bump. I see that as a bump in the road to building your fan base, right?
Well, and why we're talking about Stranger Things, the tone of that, like, think about that one too. That comes from like the 80s, where it's like we had stuff like Goonies, we had Monster Squad, the Explorers. It's like it's all taps into like that kid like thing,
yeah, but I think it gets darker as the seasons progress.
As they get older.
Season 1 was the Goonies, E.T.
Yeah,
season 1 was
service.
that.
Yeah, sure.
And then season 2 got a little darker. Season 3 got dark, and then this season, I'm just seeing all kinds of. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, this season's dark as
it's
fuck.
darkest.
Is it really?
So
Is it really? I can't wait to watch it then.
Yeah, and one of the main kids looks like Eddie Van Halen, and his name is Eddie. So it's like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard it's like without going into the horror elements, I heard it is a lot of nods to 80s horror in it. Is that
for
true?
sure?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't wait I've been dodging spoilers online like landmines all weekend, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the most interesting part of it is Hooper's story anyway, right? So I don't know. That's just me. But we've deviated way far off.
Oh, I know.
I actually want to circle back around because, Sam, you mentioned you were in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Now, so I saw
back?
you had a really heartfelt post about taking this endeavor and going to the show, and like it's kind of a big thing, and you seemed like, like I'm going to take this leap, and I'm hoping I can, something can come from it. The show you went to was the licensing expo.
Oh,
now,
yes.
I
saw you were going to that.
It's a show I've seen. I've noticed a lot of film studios go there and things of that nature. And I really am very curious to find out a little bit about your experience going there as an independent creator. Were there other indie creators there? How did the experience? Because it's not like you don't sell your stuff, right? It's more of like you're pitching and you're, selling the brand, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So please, by all means, take me through the experience. I want to hear all about it.
Just basically, the event is really to get your product, your IPs out into the mainstream, right? And it's really just to pitch it to the big boys, the all the different licensing, whether it's merchandising, toys, film, whatever it is. So that's basically what it is. As far as indies, there was a lot of artists, traditional artists. There was a lot of creatives. I was, as far as comics, I was probably the only indie comic book guy there, and creator there. And the experience was great. There was a lot of education from it. It was a great. I got to meet with a lot of people, a lot of takeaways, and we'll see what happens. I can't disclose anything right now, but yeah, it's a major undertaking. Financially, it's very costly. So it's my family has been. They're the reason why I did it. I wasn't going to do it. There was some bumps in the road. I got sick. You could hear me. I've been sick all week from it, but it was a great experience. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to let people know that the properties exist, make some connections, learn a lot of things that I'll be applying down the road.
Interesting.
And so I can't disclose too much, but if I think the biggest thing is, would I do it again? No.
Okay.
Because if I would do anything again, it would be something like Kids Screen Summit, where there you're definitely in these settings where you're in pitch rooms and you're doing all these things. But because I wouldn't be able to afford to do it again. So this is one of those things you put all your you
put all your you go full force.
Yes, and it's not something I could do annually.
One thing I wanted to say too, I hear behind me there's sounds like a thunderstorm rolling in. So
I got it over here too.
You got it over there.
Yeah.
So if all of a sudden
we
things
lose
cut
power,
off,
it becomes Catch Da Craze.
yeah, if we lose power, guys, carry us through. You go live, stay live as long as you want.
One more thing I wanted to ask you, Sam. In regards to the licensing show, what did you do to prepare to go into this?
Oh, it's a lot, man. I prepared.
I saw your setup. I think you shared a picture somewhere about it, and really cool, really nice looking setup.
It's a 10 by 10 booth. It was supposed to be 3 walls. I got a corner booth. But I decided to do 2 walls and a half. Instead of 3 walls. It was a lot of work. I had to, design all the banners for the walls. So you can't use pipe and drape. So you have to have things slide into the the panels of the walls. So they give you the specs. So I had to have banners created for those specs. So I had to have 8 banners.
So this is like a lot more money in your pocket besides the actual space rental for
the space rental only gives you the floor.
Gotcha.
Then you have to buy the booth. Then you got to rent the booth.
You had to bring tables, right, Sam? Or that you had to rent tables too,
No,
right?
you got first. So you got to secure the spots. That's one fee. Then you got to secure a booth. That's another fee. Then you got, if you want electricity, that's another fee.
Right.
So and you wanted that. So I had the booth comes with 1 table, and 2 chairs, and so I needed a second table for meetings. So that I had to pay for. So electricity, and that's a different contractor. So there's different contractors for everything you have to go through.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So
I'm just adding that up. The stuff up in my head.
Were you beholden to using the Teamsters, so to speak, or if you had to, you'd ship your own stuff?
I ship my own stuff out there, and I put it up myself. I wasn't gonna pay to have somebody put it up because all I needed to do is put double stick tape and put it in. I didn't know
some conventions they'll do that, even for for work, right?
No,
they do trade shows, and they're if you're over a certain size, you have to use Druidge or whatever.
Wait, so you opted not to use them?
Yeah, no, because if I did banners that were almost like a board that actually goes into the slots,
right.
I'd have to use them to install it. I decided to do vinyl banners and use double stick tape and have it hang into the slots. So I was like, oh no, because I think it was just to have them do it was an extra $1,000 or something. It was crazy.
Wow.
So what did you do? What did you end up? What were those banners then?
Those banners
Vegas,
were
right?
vinyl banners. They rolled up.
They rolled up.
Yeah.
Everything's probably
But check this out. So 2 came up missing at the end.
They stole
maybe that was a message saying next time use us. You see what I'm saying?
Really?
It almost sounds like that, dude. Because if you had to use them but you refused, and now 2 are missing, I'm thinking, wait a minute.
That's some Teamster bullshit, right?
Yeah.
That's
some mobster kind of shit, It's Vegas, right? So
when I went on takedown day, I showed up and 2 of my banners were gone. I was like, right off the wall.
Teach you a lesson, buddy.
Yeah. Well, like in New York, my wife's saying here, Freeman won't let you use 4-wheeled carts. You can't even enter the building with a 4-wheeled cart.
Wow.
2 wheels or
2
nothing.
wheels or nothing.
Interesting.
It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they have specific rules. But no, it was weeks of preparation, designing the banners, getting all the props, the fixtures for the table, the displays, all that stuff.
God, dude.
Did you assemble pitch packages, things to have to distribute?
Everything. Yeah.
Dude, on top of running a Kickstarter and doing your show.
Media decks, everything.
Dude, fist bump, virtual fist bump. I can't believe how that's a lot of stuff.
I've actually thought about doing that show. if I ever do, maybe sometime in the future, I'll hit you up, Sam. Maybe get some pointers from you.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be a video I'll be releasing on the experience.
Just your experience. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
And then some behind the scenes stuff and all that stuff. But it was major because when I decided to do it, I had 6 weeks to prepare.
Okay.
So I just worked from 7 a.m. to midnight, with the pitch decks, the media kits, the prototypes, everything, just getting it all ready. Not only that, but also branding ourselves. I had baseball caps and a shirt with logos, and so the business.
That's cards. A lot of money, dude. A lot of just but
it's
cheese. Like I get it. You're putting, you like that's sort of what we did when we first got to New York. It was like everything, you put all this money into one place to try to stand out or make a real big impression, especially since you're not sure if you're going to be back or not,
No, that I won't do again. If I do an event like that, it'll be Kids Screen Summit, which is where
you said it's called what? Kids Screen?
Screen Summit.
So like a screen, like phone or
no,
iPad
it's an event. It's a summit.
No, but the word screen, you mean screen?
Yeah, is that what that
screen
means?
like film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So basically, you're in there. It's a big event where you learn from the best, but also you go into pitch rooms with all the executives. So you schedule meetings with all the big.
Oh wow.
And then you pitch your stuff. Before committees. So if I ever do anything like that, it'll be that. But not anytime soon. That stuff is costly, but it was a great experience. I mean, for me, the educational value is priceless.
You get something from every experience. I find the worst shows I've ever been at, I still get like something from. I don't know if that's the same with you guys. You'll either meet somebody that something you click with somebody, or you see something that you want to do, or you maybe even meet a customer that
But I think it's like in everything we do as indies, right? We're constantly learning about new ways to do so. Even these Kickstarters, for example, every time you do a Kickstarter, you learn from the last Kickstarter you did, or you learn from the Kickstarter that my buddy did or that other person did, and what they did different. Like you're constantly and it isn't until you actually do one that you actually realize, oh, okay, that's why they didn't do that, or that's why I should do this, or maybe next time I try that. You know what I mean? Similar to a convention. It's like, Sam, if you didn't have this experience, you wouldn't come out with the things that the ideas that you maybe have in your head about how to make a convention even setup look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, exactly.
Different things.
Right. So even if it was a financial failure, I still find that you get something out of it. Like
takeaways. You always want to have some type of positive takeaway. So even shows where I've exhibited and didn't do well financially, I was like, at least I met this person who I networked with, and they're now a collaborative partner or whatever the case may be. But it's always good to have those takeaways from shows.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, the connections and the education is the huge part, and then we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future. But
one thing I'm doing with because I'm building my Indiegogo now is I'm starting to save templates, stuff for perk pictures, or this is for the video capture, and I'm saving it at the specific dimensions that they request, and just to make future crowdfundings easier for me. So you can kind of take those same templates and rework them, so that's and I've been I don't know if you guys use Illustrator, but on the Illustrator I put it to the size, and then right above it I'll write the dimensions so that I know what the dimensions are for these specific things, and then I try to save them all. So now when I do the next campaign, it's going to be, a lot easier creating all the graphics and things like that,
Keith, you prefer Indiegogo over Kickstarter?
I do. Yeah. Okay. I've done both. I think Indiegogo has a lot less frustrating things about it. I find the add-on stuff easier there, and I find I love the fact that the biggest reason I like Indiegogo over Kickstarter is the fact that when you pledge, you have to buy it right then and there. It's no wait to the end and then possibly lose that sale when Kickstarter goes to collect. You still end up, giving refunds and stuff on Indiegogo, but I find that the loss of money is a lot less on Indiegogo than Kickstarter. So I don't know. I've done 2 Kickstarters, and both times when they went to collect at the end, I've lost at least $20 or $30 just because they couldn't find the person to charge their card, or they ghosted the campaign or whatever, So that's I think for me, primarily the reason I like Indiegogo better,
That was hotly debated on Twitter yesterday because Jimmy.
Was it really?
Yeah, Jimmy Palmiotti tweeted about it.
Yeah.
Tweeted about the differences between the.
No, he asked about Kickstarter and Indiegogo because he said in personal conversations he had, people are telling him that he's leaving money on the table by not doing an Indiegogo as well.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So
there's
kind of sparked the debate a little bit because there's people who have connotations with Indiegogo as well.
Sure.
There's the political thing, and I don't give a crap about any of that. But there's certain creators though that use both, like Billy Tucci's one.
Yeah.
I see he does She on both platforms, and he makes good money on both. So. I mean, I
think
don't know.
If you have the fan base, I think not doing both is a mistake. If you have the fan base, because
that's the thing.
You're gonna find but you have to have the fan base, because I think that Indiegogo is a tough nut to crack if you're new to it. Building that fan base on Indiegogo is a lot more difficult, I think, than say something like in Kickstarter.
It makes no sense for you guys to go to Indiegogo now that you've built your audience on Kickstarter. Like, you've both done multiple campaigns.
Yeah, I think the thing with and I'll say, like I've said this I think before, is like I think with Indiegogo, Indiegogo is a lot easier for us to use, the creator, right?
Yeah.
And then a little more clunky for say the person who's pledging, because they ask you for your phone number, your address, all that stuff is asked for ahead of time. So as a pledger, you're like, man, they're going to take my money now and they want my phone number. They want why do they want all this information? So as the pledger, it kind of is like, maybe I don't want to do this right now.
Yeah.
Whereas in Kickstarter, they don't take my money right away. Here you go. I'll pledge to it.
Yeah.
And they have an app. So it's easier to just go on your app and pledge. Whereas Indiegogo doesn't have an app. You have to go on the website.
You have to go through there.
But Kickstarter makes it harder for us, the person setting up the campaign. They make you jump through the hoops. They don't give you the money right away. You lose pledges at the end. So, it's which one do you want to go with?
Right. It's like, which pain point, which are you willing to work with? That kind of thing. Yeah. I agree with you. Like, I think Kickstarter is very user friendly, and it's also got more of the brand recognition than Indiegogo.
I think so.
So I think that's what it has going for it. The also thing that I think stinks about Kickstarter is because a lot more people use it, you're almost lost more in there.
That's true.
So that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, there's pluses and minuses to both.
And if you prematurely launch your campaign, it's stuck there forever.
Yeah, that's true. I think, to be fair, I think the same thing happens with Indiegogo, I think. I'd have to ask. I don't know.
Yeah, but does Indiegogo trick you into launching the campaign early? I was actually just looking at something I pledged on. My artist I worked with, and a good friend of mine, Joe Arnold, he illustrated Sartana for me. Yeah. He illustrated a book called The Thin Blue Line. And we talked about it before in the show.
Controversial book,
a little bit, yeah. But they made $93K on Indiegogo.
That's crazy.
And then $45K on Kickstarter.
Oh, they went to Kickstarter too.
Yeah, so I mean, it just goes to show there's still
Dude's killing it, huh?
Wow,
Dude's killing it.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit of a do you guys know about that book?
I think I've heard it. Is that with the police officers?
Yeah, it's like it's I think the stars of it are police officers, and Mike Barron's the writer who used to write the Punisher back in the day and things like that. So I know he's kind of like a little more on the conservative side of things. So I think that's why it's got like a little bit of a heat to it. You know, it's probably hated by, you know, the left and then loved by the right, you know, so it's
which I think is sad because I love
so
Joe's
stupid,
art.
right?
Yeah, I know. I love Joe's art. Joe's artwork is beautiful, and you guys saw a lot of it when you saw the Sartana trailer at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
so
wow.
it's for anybody to go, I'm not going to read that because of this sort of like.
See, this is
Even
why
profits
we take
from the campaign.
No, go ahead, Johnny.
I was just going to say profits from the campaign. And this is where there's you know, it's very short-sighted of individuals when they pass judgment like this, is that, you know, part of the profits of the campaign went to actually non-lethal training for police officers, programs that reinforce that. So it's like there was a lot of good that was done there that was overlooked because people have connotations that what they want to attach or stigmas they want to attach to certain things.
I saw an interview. I saw an interview with Bannon. I thought he was, you know, he made his point. You know, he said, "This is what I believe, but this is what this book is about." And then it's up to you to decide. I think, and that's what I think the biggest problem is, that people just, like you said, Johnny, it's just that closed-mindedness. Like, I refuse to see it any other way. This is
that's the thing, and that's why, and it's like that's why even with this show, we try to not get into politics. I'm willing to talk to anybody on this show, you know, and like, you know, we just love comics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's to me, that's what this is about. Like, you know, and it's just the extreme personalities that are part of the comic industry, I think, and that's what causes all this chaos, you know.
Yeah,
and it's just like most of us at the end of the day just want to make a comic and sell it to people, right? You know,
and talk shop like we're doing now.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, so as we're talking shop, we haven't even looked at these campaigns. So
let's fire up the campaigns here.
Let's do that, because I'd love to see. You know, like I haven't seen Sam's yet, and then I backed Wonder Duck earlier.
Yes, thank you, Keith. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I can't wait to check it out. So what am I looking at here? Am I looking at myself? What's going on here? Hang on. Let me figure out what the heck is that.
That was
like
Matrix.
Yeah, that was like
with a mirror within the mirror.
It was like we're in the Twilight Zone for a second. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. So so we'll bring up Duty first here.
Duty.
Yeah, so right away, like 300. Is that
awesome?
Let me refresh it and see. I think when I looked it up earlier, it was at 2 something. Is that? So you think you probably picked up a backer, you know, very, very recently. So Sam, walk us a little bit through issue 2 here.
So what you're looking at is the early bird special. That bundle. It's for 48 hours. You get both issues, issue 1, issue 2, the activity book. So I have an activity book, 24 pages of puzzles, word trivia, how to draw duty, just fun activities. The second volume, trading cards, and the bookmark, plus the digital version. So
all for 38, huh?
All for 38. Yeah, great. And so if you backed issue 1 and you come back for issue 2, as a thank you, you get this refrigerator magnet, which is right below that. It's 3 inches by 4 inches.
Cool.
Of Super Duty. If you back both digitally, you'll get a digital copy of it. So that's my way of just saying thank you for return backers. So that'll come, you know, right in your package. And if we get to 100 backers, then everybody, all physical backers, will get a 8x8 print. Or 10x10, whatever. It's this right here.
It's a square.
It's a square. It's right here.
Let me bring you up.
Awesome.
Here, hold on.
Without the frame.
Cool.
Without the frame,
cool.
but you'll get that print if we get to 100 backers. So there's, you know, 3 incentives, and if we make goal within the first 24 hours, then I'll be raffling off 3 commissioned sketch covers.
That's great. That's right there is pretty cool. Like, how many backers do you have right now? Let me see.
11.
So I mean, like that, the odds on getting that would be really, really good. Like, you know, getting one of those. So check that out, everybody. And then let's take a look. So here's is this the cover of issue 2?
Yes, I see red people. That's Duty gets attacked by a swarm of ants, fire ants. And that's an homage cover, which was based off of Todd McFarlane's Gunslinger's one, the one below the next one.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So remember Gunslinger Spawn shooting down and he has the clowns above him. That was the homage cover to that. That's also available.
Awesome. Very cool.
And this cover will be unlocked for $5 if we make our stretch goal.
Okay.
So that cover, that's the homage to Wolverine with the ninja cover, the famous one from 1983, I believe it is.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're referencing here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you do all these digital, or you do physical and then import?
These covers I did digitally.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I did it all on my tablet.
Awesome.
So there's the preview pages. Duty's taking a nap, and he's being approached by some ants. And then
a war.
Now he becomes a samurai, and the ant become ninja in his imagination.
That's great. Awesome. I love the Calvin and Hobbes kind of element to it, where it's like all in his head kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, that's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
This looks fun, man.
Thanks.
And then this is the part of the activity.
Yeah, so every issue of Disneyland on My Toilet, there's 4 pages of activities. And
I saw that because we got my wife backed the first one. We got it in, and I was looking at I read it and I thought it was pretty fun. I love that about the book, that you put the activity pages in the back. Fun stuff for kids.
Yeah, and now with this campaign, I have a full activity book, which is 24 pages, and it has all this fun stuff, and also the second volume trading card set, cool. Which is based on the game, and that's the permanent template for Duty's World. Okay. Website coming soon for dutiesworld.com.
Awesome, and you're making a card game.
Yes, which will be fully realized by the end of next year.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the second volume of trading cards, and this is just feedback from previous backers from the first campaign, which I appreciate tremendously. And
I don't know this Mary Dumas from Pop Culture.
Oh, I know Mary.
She's coming to my show, Plastic City. I've never met her,
nice.
but
Cool.
Mary's a sweetheart. She's awesome.
That's great that she took she
got the retail bundle. Yeah,
that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty exciting that she actually wrote me. So I really appreciate that. And that's ASAP, Michael T. Gonzalez, Ray Felix, Tiny Vero Beauty, and No Spell Comic. So those are some of the feedback that I received. So
is that Michael Gonzalez from Rainy Road?
I believe so.
Show, I think
Michael T. Gonzalez.
Yeah. He just
Gunmetal
Zero,
Kickstarter
right?
Yeah, Gunmetal Zero. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That is Michael.
Yeah.
I was saddened to see that he didn't make it on his campaign.
I know.
I tried.
I we all did. I think we all contributed. The thing I want to tell Michael he's just gonna get out there more. Like I think he needs like a web, like a YouTube kind of presence or something, like to get out there and find that audience that, his stuff is good enough to be, what I mean, to be out there. So, I know he feels dejected because I read, I get his newsletter, and it's like, it's kind of a little bit of a bummer, but it's just like, come on, Mike, you got to get out there a little more. I know it's tough. It's, we all got to do it though.
It's true. You have to.
When you have your own comic, you're your own.
You become your own PR, your own marketing, your own everything.
You are. Everything. If you don't go and do it, it's like that's the results you get. So
Those are preview pages from issue 1.
Kickstarter is definitely not set and forget.
No,
it's a wheel.
It's a work
that you have to keep cranking.
Man. Yes, you gotta be obnoxious.
You got that was the one thing.
That's the one thing I hated about running a campaign is that I felt like I was being obnoxious to everybody.
Yes,
and just like anytime I was on social media, it was like campaign. Like I felt like I lost some personality, just become this advertising
I'm a
robot.
robot. Yeah.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
30
Well,
days.
I never saw George post more in my life. I was like, look at him, he's working. He's working. Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, as long as you mix something else in there, I find people are pretty tolerable
His
about it.
posts were
I was
creative.
touching
was looking at his
platforms.
posts. They were very creative.
But you know what?
Oh,
I try
yes.
not to tag anyone because I think that tagging people constantly is like,
That
dude,
makes
stop
that
fucking tagging. Like if it's on my page, bro, it's on my page. Like this is my page.
right.
mean,
And
I'm
I
sorry,
find
like,
that
you
like
gotta-
when you start getting spammed with stuff like for
Yeah.
Kickstarters and things like that, it's real easy to just scroll by it. Like if it's somebody you
that's
know.
true.
Like
It
I
becomes white
don't know. I
noise.
don't take offense to that because I'm probably one of the top 98% spammers too. But like I don't know. I just have a different attitude towards it than most people. Most people are like, oh, get that off my timeline. You know, it's
True,
like,
true,
calm
true.
down. Calm down.
Calm
We're just
down,
trying to
calm
do
down.
business here. You
Simmer
know?
down.
Simmer
Simmer
down.
down, man.
Just scroll past it and they'll put something else fun up.
I
you
pay
know?
for this space.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's like if you're fun with your campaigns, I don't think people really have an issue with it, Johnny. So Johnny, especially you don't have to worry about it. I think people love seeing stuff from you,
Maybe, I don't know. I've heard the contrary, but whatever.
I don't know. You gotta be like George and Sam were saying, you gotta be your own PR guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So but yeah, Sam, I'm scrolling through. Please continue.
Yeah, so basically that's just preview pages from issue 1. That's up there. That's when he first landed on Earth. And then there's the add-ons. So you can add on the refrigerator magnet
Nice.
if you've never backed it into your first time. So I did a lot of add-ons. You got the prints. That's also that's an 8x8 print. You can add on. There's tons of add-ons. You got another Super Duty print. Same image that you see on the magnet. Then there's my kids book. There's Duty's Adventures. That's
wow.
Duty growing up in full color.
Wow,
And it's Duty's 44 pages, and it's Duty growing up on his homeworld of Uranus and doing battle with the diabolical egomaniac overlord nemesis Poo Poo. So say that 3 times real fast, but then there's Mandy Pandy, another children's book based on my niece. And it was illustrated by Hector Rodriguez. Props to Hector. He actually did the artwork for that one. And then there's Scary Airy, but my other niece, that's 56 pages, full color, children's book. And that was also illustrated by Big Cat Studios in the Philippines. Then there's The Adventures of Cosmic Dwarf, and Duty makes a cameo in that series. And that's illustrated by Maciek Empro from Poland. And then there's, issue 1.
Issue 1.
Then there's the activity book, the 24-page activity book. There's the guidebook to all the characters, the coloring book. You can add on this ARG. It's a short story prose that I did about a half goblin, half human kid who's torn between protecting his human family or opening the gate to the goblin world so they can wreak havoc on the planet. So that's a short story that's also available. Then there's
some weird sticker packs. Wow,
yeah,
dude.
sticker bundle.
Did you have like all this stuff on the first campaign too?
Not all this stuff. No.
Not all. Yeah, this is great.
Keith is like, I'm gonna have to talk to my wife. Why didn't you?
right. Oh
So
my god.
That's the homage cover.
Yeah.
With certificate of authenticity for issue 1 that's available. You can get the other covers for issue 1.
Yeah.
And then there's Catch Da Craze issues 1 through 3 collected in this series. And that's a story based on George and I and our experience as podcasters with a supernatural twist. You can get that. You can get Forbidden, the first 3 issues collected full color, or you can get Forbidden all 160 pages, the full story right below that one. That's the black and white edition, 160 pages, fully collected. It's beautifully done. It looks great in black and white.
Damn, dude.
And then
stuff on here. That's great. Or you get sketch covers by me.
And then you get sketch covers by me. And then there's the 24 page activity book. The 24 page activity book has all the covers from issue 1. And then there's the other covers from issue 1. Yeah. And then there's the activity book. The 24 page activity book has all the covers from issue 1. And then there's the tees as well.
T-shirt.
You haven't even got to the awards yet.
Right.
Then I have a tier for the comic book kids for kids. And so last campaign, I sent them 25 books. So this campaign, I'm hoping to double it. And there was a quote from Mark saying that he really loved the book. He did the activities. He had fun with it. And the kids are going to love it. Then there's the duty figure.
That's awesome, man. That's a great idea, too, like to kind of give back.
Yes, because my brother was born with a defective liver, and he spent most of his time in a hospital. He was very lucky to have a few liver transplants because the first two didn't rejected his body. His body rejected it. But when I would go visit him, he would have all these toys and all this stuff that was donated from charity. And so when Russell Allen, when he told me about comic book for kids, I jumped at it because it reminded me of my brother. And I was like, kids in the hospital, when they're dealing with such traumatic experiences, whether it's cancer, whatever they're fighting, just an escape to have something, that, from perfect strangers that are just donating. So I just wanted to be able, since Duty is a character for all ages, I wanted to be able to contribute as well.
Yeah, it's a great idea. That's awesome. I should look into this with Mighty Mascots because I have a bunch of dinged and ripped copies that I could probably just send. They're just sitting here in my basement. So yeah, I may do something like that. Do you do something like this, George, as well?
Yeah, I have it on my campaign. Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Yeah. I want to bring yours up next and take a look as well. This Duty figure is pretty cool. Is that like a 3D printed figure?
That's dope, right?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I love that. It's great. This is awesome, man. This is another great campaign. I think this is you it's even improved on your last one, with all the stuff that you have here to offer,
Yeah, and I try to make it fun looking and whimsical and really just capitalize on the experience, and offer a variety of options for the family to enjoy. I mean, you can sit there with your kids and do the word puzzles, and you can do all this stuff, so there's a coloring book, so there's a lot to offer here.
Yeah, it's great. How's the video? Is the video long or?
It's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Fire it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let me go out real quick. I can't remember if I hit the audio on here. Hang on one sec. Let's see. Share.
We'll have Sam live narrate it.
There you go. All right, now we should have
we'll do it on the night.
All right, let's take a look.
Love the music already right off the bat.
Hi, I'm Samuel, and I'm the creator of There's an Alien in My Toilet issue number 2 coming to Kickstarter. I'm so excited about this series. It's filled with variant covers, homage covers, and not only that, you get the guidebook, you can get the coloring book, and also the back issue variant covers from issue 1 if you missed that one. But not only that, I'm excited about the activity book. This one is filled with how to draw Duty characters, puzzles, mazes, trivia questions, and so much more. But that's not all. I'm introducing volume 2 of the trading card game. And this one has the element cards, the level 1 cards, the villain cards, the hero cards, and so much more. But then you can also get the stickers. If you missed out on the sticker pack, here's your chance to get as many stickers as you want of some of the most adorable characters from the book. I'm so excited over the years that I've received so many critic reviews, especially the newest one from Mary Dumas from Pop Culture Place, who purchased 5 copies for her store, and she recommends it to every parent that comes along. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you, Mary. So I hope that you all come back and support There's an Alien in My Toilet issue number 2. And for all you physical backers that backed us on issue 1 and you're coming back for issue 2, I have a special gift for you. This amazing refrigerator magnet of Super Duty as he does battle against a diabolical egomaniac overlord nemesis, Poo Poo. And that's my way of just saying thank you to every one of you. So if you haven't done so already, please sign up. And when we go live, make sure you pledge. I appreciate every one of you. Have a great day.
Very good, man.
Yeah.
That music, right? It got you
Yeah, you're mesmerized by it. That's awesome. So yeah, look at that. You've already got more backers, dude.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Like 336. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. That's 2 more, right? It was at 11, I think.
Yeah.
When we started looking.
Yes.
That's great. Awesome. Hopefully you make it in like the next day or so.
Hey, again, if we make goal by tomorrow night, 8:00, then I'll be raffling off 3 commission sketch covers. So that's hopefully we do.
Yeah, definitely check this one out. And I think you're smart too by putting the first issue there so people can
Catch up.
who are new to it can just jump in, grab grab number 1 and grab the new issue. Look at this. We got some comments. What a cool show. Everyone rocks. Thanks for joining us, Jonathan.
Bob Ross.
Let me see. And then the music is great. It's like Bob Ross meets Mr. Rogers. Oh, that's great. Let me see. We got. Let's see. We got a few different people here. There's all the people joining us. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. Okay, perfect. All right, yeah. Let's take a look at Wonder Duck now. So let me bring that
Fire
up.
it up.
Yeah, look at this project we
love. Project we love. Yeah.
Bro,
that, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Under
awesome.
an hour.
Now, George, is that the first time you've gotten that?
Yeah.
I
Well,
predicted it. I predicted it.
This is
Did
the
you?
first.
Did
Yeah,
you?
this is the first campaign that I actually did solo. Like we've done campaigns with Sam before, but yeah, this one, yeah, it took a couple of days. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get it. But then a few days after the campaign launched, they sent me an email. Very nice email letting me.
I actually called him like a freaking proud father. I was like, "Yo, you got Project We Love." He goes, "I did."
No, he was more like, "Yo, you got Project We Love."
Holy crap!
That's great.
I told you.
Now, is there like like I said, I don't do Kickstarters that much anymore. Is there a process for getting that, or is it just there's no rhyme or reason to it?
I don't even know what they tell you. Like they say, make sure your campaign is clean. Don't put the logo on the image on the front page, on the landing page or whatever.
Yeah.
But I had my logo on that thing for like 5 months before I launched it. So I don't know. There's really, because the way I look at it is you're a new guy. Nobody knows who you are. They just see this duck. They're like, who the hell is this? I want to let you know it's Wonder Duck. So I don't know. I mean, it worked out.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's great.
I can't complain,
and then,
that's amazing.
You do have a video. I was going to say, did you not do a video for it?
I did. It's actually so big shout out to Morgan Quaid before you play it. He's also an independent artist. He's actually from I believe he's either from England or Australia. Don't kill me, Morgan. But he had a campaign for a book that he was doing, and he had like this I guess this contest that anybody who pledged would get raffled a theme song. That if they wanted, that was what they won. So I pledged his campaign. I won the raffle, and this is the music that he came up with. So
really? Okay. Yeah. And how long is the video? Is it like
45 seconds? Maybe.
Oh, really?
It's
really short.
Yeah,
all right.
Get the strobe lights.
Do we have to put an epileptic seizure warning?
No,
none of that.
No. It's just it's to bring you back. You'll see. It'll bring you back. It's very cool.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Discharged into space, changing the life of one hapless duck and transforming him into a hero called Wonder Duck.
How amazing is the quack quack in the background?
Quack. It's like I can't even describe it. I can't even describe like the the theme song there. It's fantastic.
I love that it hits the post with the Wonder Duck.
Yeah, right.
That's so awesome.
It's like
that's
that.
cool.
Oh yeah, or something, you know.
He did an incredible job, man. Incredible job.
I love it. I hope that's a great thing to keep and have for future.
Yeah, that's iconic.
Is it longer than that, or is it just
he sent me 3 versions. This is the short version of it. He sent me like a whole version with more, like if I wanted to add lyrics to the song, I can.
Oh, great.
Like if I wanted to do more with it, I can. He sent me like a 2-minute, 3-minute track. But
awesome.
But I use this for the just for
so
the
if the Wonder Duck animated series
it
starts,
it's like all that mellow, like it's really cool. I love the quacks in the background is what kills me.
Amy, my wife says I have the quack. She's like, oh my god, the quack.
It's amazing.
It's great. So George, walk us through your campaign here.
So this is the 5th chapter in the story of Wonder Duck. So this one is called Nothing to Muse because one of the characters, Dr. Muse, accused of treason, Dr. Muse must find a way to save his people from the conflict he brought upon his planet. So this chapter right here, it's a 24-page book, and that's what I'm printing here. Okay. And it's going towards the second part of the story, which is a total of 8 issues. So the first 4 were printed out in this graphic novel, and then this is the 5th one, starting the second part of that graphic novel. So
gotcha. But I imagine you did this, but did you make it accessible to new readers?
Yes.
You did. Yeah.
Yes.
Smart man.
So it's all there. Yeah. So what I did was I started with the story, just letting you know what the campaign is for, your typical stuff. So as you scroll down, you'll see. But what I did also was I included a previously on Wonder Duck. I did that. So I included some of those pages with like a quick recap, almost like what you would see in a TV show. Just clips from
like
what
previously
happened
on, or
so you'll see it. So the first 2 pages of the book is just that. In case you didn't get the graphic novel, now you're caught up. You know what I'm saying? So if you scroll down,
previously on Wonder Duck,
or that's almost like the old school way Stan Lee used to write. It's like every issue was somebody's first issue.
Yeah, so he'd give you like a blurb.
Smart.
Yeah, so what I did was I extended that and I actually made it.
Oh, right here, recap.
Yeah, so you'll see it. So previously on the Adventures of Wonder Duck, and then you get 2 really quick recaps of what happened, and then you're into the new book. So at the bottom of this, it says "and now," and then you'll be able to.
Gotcha, and you're right into the story.
And you're right into great whatever idea. It is. Yeah,
I got to tell you, it does look a lot like the Disney afternoon kind of stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
I like this. It looks very sci-fi too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of sci-fi. When I was creating, I was like, I need a story here because I was just copying basically back in when I was like 13. I was just basically copying what I saw on the TV. But then I was like, as I got older, I was like, I need a story. So I created these worlds and these 2 planets and the conflict and all that other fun stuff.
Would you consider and this is a question for both of you guys? Do you consider you guys writers as well, or were you just artists when you were?
So I wrote this story, but I guess I considered myself more an artist when I was younger because I never wrote scripts. Gotcha. I would just go right into the drawings. I never even thought about writing a script until much later on. When I was like, oh, okay, I need a script to write because I'm not going to draw it, so I need somebody to draw it. So I'm going to have to write a script to do so. So
you kind of learned that skill.
Yeah. So I changed. I went from artist to writer, and now I'm just I'm just in the writing mode. But I did, like I was telling you guys, I did create all of the characters themselves. So I drew all the characters myself to avoid the whole Stan Lee Ditka thing. Who invented Spider-Man?
Right.
It's like I did, I created.
Right. You didn't want to have any weirdness with artists and things like that. That's probably a good call. How about you, Sam? Were you a writer too by trade, or?
I always considered myself a storyteller. It was. I just felt that writing and illustrating were hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah.
Me, I knew I needed to write the story in order to draw the story. So I was always a storyteller.
Like myself too, growing up, because I learned, I came to comic books later, but I started with comic strips, and even those. I used to try to write my own jokes and I would try to emulate what Jim Davis or, Gary Larson was doing, or even, Calvin and Hobbes, how they were, doing the setup and then the punchline, and then trying to do that as myself as a kid. So I kind of learned a little bit from that, and just reading a lot and loving movies and things like that. You kind of just learn story structure, things like that, So okay, but yeah, keep going, George. Tell us more about this.
Yeah. So as you scroll down, then I give you a preview of the first 5 pages. Now this is, if you've read the first 4 issues, then you get right into this. So here they are. These are some of your evil, you're the bad guys. And this is where you don't know whether or not Dr. Muse is good or bad. Is he good? Is he bad? What is it? So this is what basically you're about to figure out as the story continues.
Gotcha.
So these are the first 5 pages of the book here, previewed for you guys to read, as you're scrolling through the campaign or whatever, to make, just to see if you want to jump on board. And I leave you here. This is the last page. So now,
nice. Like
I got to take this out.
Nice.
Yeah. I got to take this out though. Actually, I got to update because I had a little bundle.
A new Memorial Day weekend. But
Which
not a bad idea to give it a little boost.
Give it a little boost over the weekend, which I have to update.
So if you hurry, you can still get this. Right?
So, and then this is the next thing coming up here, Keith, is the whole thing with the comic books for kids. So,
yes.
Yeah, so basically, like Sam was saying, I teamed up with Comic Books for Kids, where if you pledge, and this is actually a reward within the campaign. If you pledge,
you're almost there. I'm just saying.
If you pledge to the campaign, and I think it's $35, then I'm sending 5 books out to the Comic Books for Kids, and you get to pick between the 3 covers that I have, and I'll show you guys the covers here real quick. You have an homage cover that you can pick from. You have the cover that comes for the book, or you have the cover that I did actually. Where is it?
Let me see the first one again. I wasn't able to pull it up.
Yeah,
quick enough.
This is the homage cover to.
That's like is that an homage to Spider-Man 300?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
This was done by Joe Hawley, incredible artist. He also has his own books that he works on. And Victor Claudio did the coloring on this. 2 really cool dudes. Cool. You guys should follow them on Instagram. This is the cover for the book that the artist, actually, it's funny enough, Sam has a book that these guys also did in his campaign. They're called Studio 9 Lives now, but when we first started working, and they were 9 what was it?
Big Cat Studios.
Big Cat Studios, and now they're Studio 9 Lives. So they did the cover on it, and they did the interior work. So these are amazing dudes. And then remember, I used to draw, so this is my cover. I drew this cover.
Oh, cool.
I did the pencils. The inks were done by Alex Rivera. He's a really great
Alex.
inker. Traditional inker. Yep, he's really cool dude. And the colors were done by Victor Claudio. So you get to choose between the 3 covers when you pick the tier, when you choose this tier. So that's really cool.
Cartoon says those are some nice covers.
Man. Appreciate it.
And we also got a nice comment here by Jonathan Sifax. Quack and Doodle done it. Please support my brothers from another mother project.
Jonathan,
if you haven't already, great stuff. Yeah,
Jonathan is also he's a writer. You guys, he's gonna have some stuff coming out. You guys need to check him out. But
we'll have to get him on the show.
Yeah,
I love this whole comic books for kids things. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, there's a link. There's a link right there, Keith. So when you get a chance, just click on it, check it out, and then just contact Mark Weiss. Man, he's a really cool dude.
I probably wouldn't be able to do anything for them until probably late summer, but I definitely. Yeah, that's something. I got a ton of books here that I could just send and like you said, make a kid's day. Try to distract them.
They're based out of Chicago, Illinois, and Illinois. I think they're in St. Charles or something. And then but they're also overseas now. They're in the UK.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they've expanded.
That's great.
Some of my stretch goals, which we were able to unlock a bunch of prints. These are all 8x10 prints that you guys can get. Similar to this one, actually, that I have printed out here. But this one was done by Sam. Sam did this one here
Which one,
for the campaign. The second one, the one he just passed, the Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sam did that one. That's his artwork. It's an homage cover.
Tony Harris. So is that a Starman cover?
It's a Superman.
Superman. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then that one was done by Hector Rodriguez, which was also
oh, wow.
Beautiful.
He also worked on one of Sam's books.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that, huh?
Yeah, really, really cool stuff.
He's a beast.
Yeah. We've unlocked those, so everybody who pledged to it will get those 8x10 prints. So
very cool.
And then this is the final one. This one has a bunch of indies, other indie creators in there. Little Steve's Closet was done by a friend of ours, Anibal Arroyo, who's also the artist on Forbidden, the book that Sam has on his campaign.
He's in the chat. He's in the chat tonight.
He's in the chat.
Oh, yeah, right on.
He's checking it out. He's supporting. So this is his children's book. And it's funny because there's a comment in the chat that he spoke about. It's hard for him to write kid stuff. Just like you, Johnny. It's hard for him to do it. So he gears more towards the serious stuff. But he's got Little Steve's Closet, and that's his children's book that he produced, and it's being published through Darkfire Press. So you guys, I'm offering a PDF of the book in this campaign if we hit the $5,000 stretch goal. And if you guys like it, then you can obviously order. Yeah, get it to 5Gs. And then these are other guys here. 5,000. Storm Chasers by J.D. Rosario. Then I have then Rust 5377 is a book that I did. It's my other book that I have. This one was done by J.D. Calderon. And then we have, this one, these two down here at the bottom on your left here. Enmity, which I can never say, and Shadow's Daughter. Those were done by Morgan Quaid.
We had Morgan. I know.
Yeah, he's the one that created the song for Wonder Duck. That's him.
Oh, that was him?
That's him. That's him.
He was a cool dude. I liked him a lot.
Awesome dude. So these are his books. You can get those. And then Eagle Raven by Daphne Lage, who saved my campaign the day it launched. That's Daphne's book there. And then they have
this one?
Eagle Raven, yeah. And then Tall Tales is a book done by J.D. Calderon and Daphne Lage together. They did this book, and they have a campaign coming out, I think next month. Oh, June, tomorrow. Yeah, they'll have a campaign. So if you guys want to sign up to the pre-launch page. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock these bad boys,
and then everybody gets a PDF copy of all of this stuff.
All these books, all these books.
That's great. And it's like just
so now I will say that some of these comics are not for kids, so it is at the discretion of the parents who get this, who unlock this, to read them, and if they want to share it with the kids, then by all means share it with your kids. But some of these are for adults.
Kids, don't tell your parents.
Well, I'm hoping the kids didn't grab the credit cards and start pledging to the campaign.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Kids, take your parents' credit cards, pledge the highest tier.
And then these are some of the add-ons. So like if you want a physical copy on top of whatever you've already ordered, you can get single copies of each book as an add-on. If you want to read one and bag one up, never open it, by all means. I also have an additional add-on for the comic books for kids. So if you don't pledge to that tier, but you do want to do it on top of whatever you've already chosen, you can do that for $25. You can add that to your.
That's a cool idea. Yeah, definitely.
All the 8x10 prints, $10 each. This was the 8x10 print for Memorial Day weekend that I have in there for $10 as well. You guys can get that. The hollow.
Let me ask you guys something, because Sam had 8x10 prints. What was the thought behind the size? Because normally I see like 6x9 or 11x17. What was your guys' thought?
I just thought they were easier to ship, and they're a nice and they're I don't have to fold them. I don't have to damage them. I can just put them inside your.
Gotcha,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha. You put it right in the mail.
You still get a nice size print. You know what I mean? For you to hang. Like Sam had it in a frame. I had one in a frame also. But yeah, they look really cool, and you can just put them up there and hang them up.
I guess it also makes it stand out because it is a different size than normal.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I think Sam, you did a 10x10 or 8x8 or something.
I did 8. 2 of them are 8x8 and one's 10x10.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
Then you have
makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then you have the hollow foil stickers. You can get these hollow foil stickers.
That's cool. Trading card.
Oh yeah, the trading card is a gold foil trading card. So it actually, I don't know if you can pull it up. It actually does have.
I see it a little bit. Yeah, it looks nice.
So it's really cool.
Oh, very cool.
And there's a limit of 500 that I did print, so they come numbered at the bottom, so you get one of 500.
Like the Kirby.
Oh, very cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. What was that? What was that, Johnny? What did you say?
I said I like the Kirby crackle on his fists.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
The
WD T-shirt you can get. It comes in 6 colors now. So it comes in the blue, the yellow, the red, the white, the black, and the slate color.
Very cool. And you get the original graphic novel. That's not a bad price for how many issues is that?
It's 88 pages, 4 issues. So
4 issues. That's not bad.
So yeah, and then if you want to just do the digital catch up, you can get the digital catch up.
Yeah, that's smart too. It's great. But I think the smartest thing you did too was make it do the previously on. So if somebody just jumps in,
if you want to just get it like that, you can by all means
treat it as like the new jumping on point or something.
Absolutely.
I'm tired of scrolling. I like that.
And then because I was scrolling. So the reward. So now this $10 digital copy gets you all of the prints. All of the prints that I have.
But everything digital, right?
Everything is digital. Yeah, everything is digital. Then you get the book. This is the homage cover, and you get a copy of the book. Again, you can bag one and read one, whatever you want. So you get that, and then you get the 8x10 print of that cover. Same thing with the next one. You get the Virgin digital print. I mean, not the digital print, the 8x10 print of the cover that's featured in this bundle. So you get that.
And then the kids.
That's the kids tier.
Comic.
That's the kids comic. And then here for $50, you get the T-shirt, the graphic novels included in there.
Oh wow!
The trading card. Yeah, the trading
card. You get everything basically. Yeah. So is this like the featured one right here? This is like the one.
Yeah, this is a good one here. The 35 and this one have been pretty much moving. And then the final one is the $100 one where you get everything, all the prints, all the covers, all of it. And then what I added was, because I'm a writer, I have a little flash drive at the bottom there. Whenever I'm at like somebody's house, or if I'm at like the library, but I don't have my computer, I just have my flash drive, stick it into the computer, just type up whatever I want to type up. So I figured I'd add that in there just for my writer friends. Why not?
I like that. It's a practical thing,
Yeah.
But I think can't you customize those things now too?
You can.
You probably put a logo on it or something.
Yeah, it's got a logo. It comes with the Wonder Duck logo on it. So,
nice.
Cool.
Okay, that's perfect.
And then just a quick shout out to the team.
Nice.
The guys over, they're in the Philippines, Studio 9 Lives. Just to let you know, guys, these guys are really cool, man. They actually have done some animation for Castlevania. So,
oh wow, really?
Yeah, they're really talented guys. Yeah, really talented guys.
Oh, awesome!
I
love that animation.
Look at that guy, Samuel Vera. How do you
sneak? Handsome devil.
Sneak in there?
Who's the handsome devil?
Look at that look. There's Hector Rodriguez. I don't know if you guys know him.
I don't know if I met him.
He's in the Massachusetts area. You guys might have.
Oh,
seen
really?
I think so. I think we may have crossed paths before, but he did that really awesome Cyber Ape piece, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Does he do shows up there? Do you know?
Yeah, he does. I think he was at Wicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I saw him at Wicked. Yeah.
All
right, I'll have to.
Sean Lee's the colorist on the print. So basically, Hector did the pencils, and then Sean Lee came in and did the colors in this thing.
Gotcha.
And then if you guys, just to check out the campaign for Sam there, there's a link to his campaign, and that's it, man. Oh,
awesome.
One last thing. So I've been doing this incentive for backers. So every 25 backers, I've been unlocking these little golden tickets, I call them. Okay. So basically what it does is I'm going to randomly throw these bad boys into people's bags when they get it. I have 6. Well, I'm trying to get up to 6. If I have 150 backers, I'll get to 6. So what I'll do is I'm going to stuff one of these randomly into somebody's bag. And what they do is they'll redeem the second part of the graphic novel at any convention I'm at when it's done next year. Just bring this with you and I'll give you a free copy. Oh, man, look at this.
I told you.
Oh,
dude, you're so close.
My God.
That's what I blurted out about 10 minutes ago.
So
get that 5K. I want that digital pack. I want to read Annabelle's book.
It's so close. It's so
Let's
close.
Fucking go.
21 hours to go. So less than one day.
Yeah.
When is this supposed to end exactly? Do you
know? Tomorrow at 8:30.
At 8:30,
live on Catch Da Craze.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys gonna do a closeout stream tomorrow?
Show tomorrow.
Awesome.
Closeout show.
So awesome. This looks great.
Yeah, but you know what? At this point, so what I was doing, like I was telling you, is every 25. So obviously at 150, it would have been the 6th one. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do basically just 10% of the backers. Whatever backers I end up with, I'll do 10% of the backers. That's the number that I'm gonna send out of these guys for anybody who wants to come and meet me at a convention.
Smart, man.
And I'll hand them a free copy of the thing. I mean, listen, this campaign has been nuts. I have never expected any of this stuff. Like my number in my head was if I can get to 3,000, dude, like I'll be happy. But the fact that I'm here, it's freaking insane, man.
It's awesome. It's so
we
awesome.
have some
Congrats.
we have some great comments here too. Let me see. We got DS says my writing is geared more to children, and I find it frightening right now to write a serious story. It is surprising to hear someone have an opposite opinion. I don't know. Little Steve's Closet is dope. Great book to pick up by Annabelle Arroyo. Oh yeah. My wife said, remember kids, it's easier to beg for forgiveness than to ask for permission. That must have been about stealing the credit card.
Steal those credit cards. Let's get to 5K.
And then Annabelle said thanks, Jonathan. And Jonathan
thanks for watching,
said,
Annabelle.
no problem. I'm a little Steve's Closet fan. Awesome. That's great. That's great. I mean, I think that's awesome that you guys are gonna kind of highlight other creators, with that tier. It's all digital, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's all digital. Actually, Storm Chasers has a campaign right now. JD Rosario, I keep saying Keller. JD Rosario has a campaign for Storm Chasers. I think he's up to issue like number 7 or 8 at this point. So there is a Kickstarter for him. So if you guys want to catch up, you can read that one and say, "Oh, I like this." Then you can definitely go and check out his campaign. But yeah, those are all digital tiers. So yeah,
awesome. All right, cool. We're gonna start wrapping up. We've been going.
Oh man, yeah, it's been
an hour and 42 minutes.
Wow,
how crazy!
Jam-packed bonus episode.
No, but I mean,
every time the craze comes in the house.
But that's what I'm saying. Whenever you guys come on, it's just a fun time talking to you guys.
Fun time and
we lose track of time, So that's a good thing, though. I think,
Yeah.
No, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys having. Even when you guys come on this show, it's always a freaking fun time. Just having you guys on there.
It's awesome to have like creators, like-minded creators. Driven, just fun.
This is fun, man.
Don't take themselves too seriously. That kind of stuff. It's like.
And listen, and huge thank you to Amy, your wife, who's really supportive of all these independent things. I know that you said she supported Sam on that on Facing in My Toilet, and it's really appreciated. And I love the fact that you guys do all these conventions together. I saw your recap of the conventions you guys have been doing. Those are really dope, man. Those are really
cool. No, definitely. I'm definitely blessed with a wife that supportive in like every way,
That's
like
awesome.
It's awesome, So definitely can't say enough good things about her.
It makes it easier for you to create, and
it does. I don't have that, like, when you're gonna get a real job, like right? I don't have any of that in my life, which is great. So
that's
but
awesome.
As we wrap up, Sam, George, where can people find you? Please plug away.
With me, it's Catch Da Craze anywhere. So if you just put in Catch Da Craze with a DA, not a THE, Catch Da Craze. I'm everywhere on social media. If there's a platform out there, I'm there. I'm the Catch Da Craze. And you can visit the website, icreatestories.com or crazycomics.com. It'll take you to the same place. And don't forget, check out There's an Alien in My Toilet, running now on Kickstarter. We launched 2 hours ago. Again, if we get funded by tomorrow night, 8:00, I'll be raffling off 3 commissioned sketch covers.
Awesome. George, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at get_your_meds with a Z, or you can find me on my website, getyourmeds.com. That's a play on my last name. I'm not a drug dealer. Get Your Meds. So check me out there, and then Facebook and all those other fun places. But yeah, you can definitely find me. I'm mostly, it's weird because I'm mostly on Instagram. I'm always posting on Instagram. So awesome. And then go over to now I'm trying to go into Twitter a little bit, so you can find me there. I Get Your Meds also, so you can find me there. But yeah, that's stuff. And then obviously on Catch Da Craze, you can find us on the podcast. I think Sam mentioned it.
Tomorrow night.
What I always find comic books to be my drug. So Get Your Meds.
That's the drug. That's it.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's all our chosen drug of choice. Here,
yes.
And don't forget, in 3 weeks, if you're going to be at Dallas Fan Expo, go see me and Artist Alley. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Which show was that?
The Fan Expo in Dallas.
Awesome. Yeah. Go check out Sam at the Fan Expo there in Dallas. It's great. One of these days we'll get to a show where you guys are at. Awesome.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
You guys gotta get to Terrificon.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll see you guys. You guys going?
See you at Terrificon.
Yeah, I already got a table there. You going to Terrificon?
Now I'm jealous.
Nice. I'll give you a hug when I see you.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. So Aniba's gonna be there. Jonathan's gonna be there. I'll be there. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely come by, see our, come by the table at Terrificon. We should.
I've been wanting to pick
meet
up
everybody.
your stuff, so I'll be there with plenty of money to pick up all your stuff. No, for sure.
Right on.
I'll be there, for real. Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll all hang out after. We'll go to dinner somewhere after or something.
Yep.
That'd be great.
You may have to sneak out, bro. You may have to.
Yeah.
Licensing broke me.
Yeah, I know. He's probably gonna play a little catch up for a little while.
I'll be staying for a little while.
Well, let's see what happens at the expo in Dallas. Maybe you know what I mean.
Maybe the campaign takes off. Well and love above and beyond. So
Terrificon's at a casino. You can place a few bets, and you never know. You might get that money back.
I don't know. I just came back from a casino and I got the cootie, so I don't know.
How about you, Johnny? Anything you want to shout out or promote tonight?
I just want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I want to say make sure you go and back. There's an Alien in My Toilet Volume 2. Slide into home base with Wonder Duck with was it 20 something hours to go?
Yeah,
and 21 hours to go. Get it to 5K. Let's get that digital pack going.
Yes.
And just be kind to everybody. Be nice to everybody.
Awesome. And then check out Jay Moore's. Faye is almost.
Oh, Faye, yeah, Faye's.
I don't know if it's funded,
right,
but it was very close this morning. So I don't know if it's funded yet, but our buddy Jay Moore is our first guest on this show.
Really?
2 years ago. Yeah.
What's the book? What's the name of the book?
It's actually a game based off of his comic.
Nice.
It's like a role playing game, right, Johnny? Something
kind of like a little bit of a fantasy role playing. From the looks of it, it seems like it's a lot like D&D, but there's some card based things and whatnot, and I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I went all in on his premium tier.
Nice. Yeah, that's one thing about Johnny. Johnny backs like a madman.
Me too, bro. I've got so many campaigns.
Yeah.
Man.
I made a commitment to cancel my Netflix.
Down. What's that? What'd you say, Johnny?
I was just saying I canceled my Netflix in favor of backing more Kickstarter campaigns.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm watching Stranger Things off of other people's accounts.
It's the way to do it, man.
If you're backing somebody's campaign every month, you can easily do this for free. Right? Campaign, give me your password. I back your campaign. Give me your password.
Yeah, right. You bounce from month to month to somebody else.
Yeah. I'm piggybacking right now.
Yeah, that's great. But all right, everybody, we're gonna close out this episode.
Thank you guys for coming on, taking the time. We greatly appreciate it.
Definitely. And we'll be back on our regular day and time next week on Wednesday. Join us. I think we have a packed show next week too, Johnny. Is it
trio of guests? One of them is Phil Mara from Purple Eyes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about that.
Really cool book. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning about that. What'd you say, Sam? Sorry.
I think he's coming back on the show. We had him before. I think he's coming back.
Oh, you guys had him already?
Phil's awesome.
No, he already was on the show.
Was he?
Purple Eyes? Yeah, that's where the guys turn purple before they die. Yeah. It's an anthology.
Mr. Cooties is messing my brain up.
Great idea. It's just a very great horror idea.
Really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for joining us once again, and read some comics. All right. Good night, everybody.